Hello, and welcome to today's episode. The Bible is referred to as the living Word of God. It isn't a book that is meant simply to be read. It is a perspective-altering substance that is meant to be ingested and absorbed into you. And when it becomes a part of you, it changes you. And that is exactly what it is meant to do. A psalm is a spiritual song based on a profound foundational insight that is expressed in the form of music, which is usually played on a harp. This is my own paraphrase of the Psalms. Now, there is an important difference between a paraphrase and a translation, and it is important to understand what that difference is. A translation takes a text word by word, and it finds the most accurate word in another language to convey the meaning of that original word. But sometimes getting the details right can come at the expense of the big picture. For example, the literal translation for a butt dial and the literal translation for a booty call could end up being exactly the same if they were both translated very literally into another language. But we all know that those are two very different ideas. A paraphrase, on the other hand, is attempting to capture the spirit of the idea that is being expressed. But both approaches come with their own disadvantages. Sometimes the most literal translation for each word, while technically accurate, loses something in its translation. For example, if you were to translate the phrase, "cat got your tongue," into another language, it would make no sense to them. Why would a cat grab your tongue? What are you even talking about? In order to convey the original idea, you would have to find out which saying is used in that other language to express the same concept. But it might not involve a cat, or even any animal at all. So the literal translation would not be a very accurate one. But in a case like the one that I just described, the idea is more important than sticking to a very literal translation that loses all of its intended meaning. However, because paraphrases are an individual's interpretation of the underlying idea, instead of a rigorous academic translation of the word, they are not as objectively accurate as a translation is. A paraphrase is a lot more subjective, and that makes it much more susceptible to interpretations that are way off the mark of the original text's intent. The focus of a translation is on detailed accuracy, and sometimes the broader picture is not conveyed very clearly as a result. The focus of a paraphrase is on painting that big picture, but it often loses the accuracy of the finer details. Both are useful as long as you understand which is which, and what the disadvantages to each approach are. And that is why I recommend using both an accurate translation, like the New American Standard, and a responsible paraphrase. Psalm 24. The earth belongs to the Most High, as does the full richness of everything that was created as a part of this vivid world, including everyone who lives in it. After all, He is the one who raised its foundations out of the seas and cultivated its life on the rivers. In light of this perspective-altering truth, Who is truly capable of scaling the mountain peak of the Most High? Who is able to experience the privilege of standing in the middle of his holy ground? The person who has hands that are clean and a heart that is pure, who does not place falsehoods at the foundations of his soul in order to pursue pointless and trivial fixations, all while counterfeiting a sense of meaning in the life that he has decided to make completely futile, despite trying to glorify its nothingness. Unlike that man, the first does not give his word lightly or deceitfully, only to go back on it. So he will receive the blessing of the Most High and the vindication of justice provided to him by the God who gives him victory. This is the character of the people in each generation, whose aim is the search to find him, and who, like Jacob, seek to gaze fully into your face. Consider the meaning of that. Now is the time to lift up your heads and to throw open the gates. Raise the timeless doors that still endure from the past, so that the King can enter bringing his glory. And who is this glorious King? The Most High, who is full of power and strength. The Most High, who is awe-inspiringly fierce in battle. So again I say to you, raise your heads and throw open the gates. Lift up the eternal ancient doors so that the King, with the full glory that is his own, can come inside. And who is the King of such glory? The Most High, who leads the breathtaking armies of awe-inspiringly fierce, supernatural warriors. He is the King of glory. Meditate on that thought. I pray that whatever voice God might choose to give me in this world, he would also give me the words that I should use it for. These words have meaning for me, and if they had some meaning for you as well, then I am truly grateful that we have both been given a gift from above and from each other. Have a good day out there, my friends.